Yeah, good morning folks. Wow, what a rip snorter of a day. Sunday morning. Thought I'd go out for a ride. And I'm going to head up through the hills. Just coming up through Windy Point at the moment. Over to the river, or out to Mannum, across the river. Have a wander around out there. No sand today, all easy. I keep saying that every time. We were lucky that last week we got away for a week for a trip in the outback. The wife and I in the car, not on the bike. We had that week-long lockdown here in Adelaide. We were planning to go pretty much a couple of days after it started, but old Marshmallow and the Nutty Professor, they've done a good job. They got us out of that mess. And we're on our way. We got going, had a fantastic trip. Weather like this, sunny every day. Got up to about 32 in Innamincka, and all in all it's good, so I thought I might crap on about that, show a few photos and see what happens, I guess. Have a coffee here and there. Yeah, so I'm just up in between Blair and Stirling. Our trip, like I said, it was unreal. Sunny weather. First day we took off from Adelaide, I don't know, early morning. Stopped off for a bite to eat at Hungry Jack's, had a burger. The wife's a vegan, she had something they sell there, some vegan burger. Apparently it's tasty. Then we cruised on up to Burra. Had lunch at Tarawi. We always like to have a beer with our lunch. Then we arrived at Yunta, I suppose, around 3 in the afternoon, and we were heading then north to Innamincka. We got about 80k along the road, on the Yunta to Arkaroola road. Found a nice campsite off the side of the road, just on the edge of a creek bed. Absolutely beautiful outback spot, no one around. Red sand. Plenty of wood for a good fire, and it was a very pleasant night. Typical outback night, those beautiful sunset colours you get. No wind, not too cold overnight, but we were right. But that was day one. It's good to get the tent out the first night and hit the red sand. Wandering through the Adelaide Hills here, sort of around Balhanna, Outback way. Not sure what the outside temp is. Now I'm pretty warm, but the visor's fogging up, so I've had to lift the lid a bit. You can feel it, she's fresh outside, there's frost everywhere. It'll be single digit up here, I'd say. But oh, the hills are beautiful this time of year, well, any time of year, but I couldn't live up here, too cold and wet for me, but they're nice to come through. There we are, Woodside, that's where I'm heading, and then I'll turn off and hit the dirt not too far after that. And apparently the week that we were away was very wet, so it wouldn't surprise me if a few of these tracks are a bit muddy today. We'll find out. They're not really tracks, they're just dirt roads. Yeah, so I just checked the temp. It's not as cold as I thought, it was only 5. So it would have been a bit colder earlier. Anyway, back to the trip. So day 2. We woke to a beautiful morning. Nice and still. What does this sign say? Oh, that's alright, we're not a heavy vehicle. What was I saying? Yes, got the fire going. Had our breakfast around the fire. And a little tradition we have always done when we go, holy shit, where's this go? I haven't been up here, obviously, folks. That was a bit steep. Unexpected. We always have a ham and cheese toastie that my wife cooks in the fire in the coals. So as I'm packing up the car, She's cooking up a ham and cheese toastie. So the fire gets put out and we head off into the distance with our ham and cheese toastie. Bloody beautiful. We've done that for years. She's a vegan, but she can get this vegan cheese and vegan ham stuff. So that all works out pretty good. Yeah, so where was I? Back to ham and cheese toastie, that's right. It's probably around about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. We're all fueled up, raring to go, and we're heading towards, well, just up the road. We'll probably get to Arkaroola at some stage for fuel. And so yeah, it's just a nice ride along the tea tree road that goes from Yunta to Arkaroola. So that was very pleasant. We arrived at Balkanuna, which is basically nothing, but they have toilets and showers. We had our lunch there and a nice beer. Then we took off up to Arkaroola. Beautiful place, Arkaroola, but I don't know if anyone else has been up there lately, but I'm not sure if job description up there is to be as grumpy and slow as possible. Spoke to a couple of people on the trip and they were thinking the same. Maybe it's just because we're old codgers now, and you know what it's like when you get old and grumpy. And anyway, Arkaroola is a beautiful spot, you can't question that. So we left Arkaroola and started heading north for the Strzelecki track. Now we didn't make it. We made it to about 20-30 k short of the Strez. Short of Mount Hopeless. We camped once again just in a creek bed, on the edge of a creek bed, and it was bloody beautiful. Another fantastic night. The outback colours, no wind, good fire, no one else around, no noise, bloody ripper. So another good meal. Oh, I should point out, I may have said this, I know I have, the wife's a vegan. So other than my ham and cheese toasties, oh, what do we got here? Where does this go? The cars are going around. Oh, I'm right, it's pretty hard. Look, there's a motorbike been through here this morning. So, other than the ham and cheese toasties and milk, I pretty much ate vegan, so she would cook up a bloody pretty good meal in the evening. And yeah, sit around the fire, a couple of glasses of red, a couple of beers. Well, that's pretty much it, day 2, done. After 2 days, we've got as far as Mount Hopeless, which is probably about 700 or 800 k north of Adelaide, I suppose. So most of this track's a bit like this. There's a few muddy sections. There is a bit of sand on this track, so it seems to take the water quite. Where's the kangaroo? G'day, Skip. What are you doing over there? The last time we came through here, there was a bloody great big antelope or deer or something like that. Came running across the track. So yeah, where are we? Back onto day 3. And at the end of day 2, when I'm setting up the tent, I noticed I had a slow leak. I thought, oh well, that's outback travel, you're just going to have to change it. I got 5 of the nuts off, or however many nuts there are, and I couldn't get one undone. It was bloody jam tight and I could not budge the bloody thing. So fortunately this leak was pretty slow, so we pumped it back up. We have 2 spares with us, so that's not a major drama. We pumped it back up and it held air, but then it occurred to us, so we thought we'd get to Innamincka and get it fixed. We later found out there's no tyre repair at Innamincka anymore. I had plugs, so I could plug it, but I'd have to get the thing in water or get some detergent and try and find the hole. I couldn't see anything anywhere. And it later turned out there was some metal in there, so it was quite small. Anyway, couldn't get this thing off, so a fellow traveller. We just sort of turned off the Mount Hopeless Road onto the Strez, and we pulled this chap over and said, look, would you mind seeing if you could budge this bloody nut? So he was a farmer, and of course he had a tool for every job. Pulls out this bloody wrench with a pole about 1 metre long, undid it just like that. So we're on our way again. Bloody fantastic. Anyway, so we got the wheel changed, we're on our way. We said see you later, and we did actually run into them in Innamincka later on. Alright, so all is good. We're heading off to the old Strez track, as opposed to going on the new Strez. The new Strez is just a big wide dirt road. The old Strez is more, probably a bit more like what I'm on right now. Just like a station track, and damn good fun in the four-wheel drive. It's slow going, but I tell you, it would be fantastic on a bike. It's about 100k long, and it's got sand, it's got whoops, it's got horrendous clay sections where you can see four-wheel drives have had absolute hell when it's been wet. But they do close it when it's too wet. It was open when we went through. So that was fantastic, the old Strez. Anyway, we stopped. Hang on, we'll just check this road here and make sure there's no... Look at that old house there. Look at that, what a ripper. I love it out here. It's so nice. Now, that's right, we're on the old Strez. We pulled up under a tree for lunch, had a beer, nice sandwich we'd pre-made. And I've had this habit, I put stuff on top of the back of the car to get to other stuff, and my wife's always said, you shouldn't do that, you're probably going to leave something there one day. And I said, no, I won't, I never will, never have, never will. So anyway, we've loaded the car up, we've taken off, we've driven the old Strez. We get to Innamincka, set up, and suddenly I've realised the bloody wash bowl's missing, you know, for doing your dishes in. And I've looked back through the photos, I've taken a couple of photos, and sure enough, sitting on top of the roof was the wash bowl. I had some other bags, but I put them in, so I got a bit distracted, I'm guessing, and being a bloke, I can't do two things at once. So anyway, no wash bowl. We had a good laugh, so we decided going forward now, this bloody incident is going to be etched in history as the dishwashing bowl gate episode. So that was, what was that, day 3 I think. We finally made it to Innamincka. The weather slowly got warmer, it's now about 32, 33 degrees. We're sitting outside 7, 8 in the evening in shorts and a t-shirt. We actually had a little fire for decoration. And another damn good night in the outback. Alright, well that's day 3 I think. Done.